All right, guys, today I'm going to show you how to make an Obby system in Roblox. Checkpoint, speed pass, jump pads, kill bricks, and everything else. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you at the end, and let's dive in. Let's go. Thanks for watching. So here we got checkpoints. Your first checkpoint will start off. Checkpoints will turn green when you click on them. So that's the starting checkpoint right here. We got a moving pad right here. Checkpoint number 1 will turn green and make a sound. This is the first challenge you'll come to, and this is a spinning part that if the player touches it, it'll repel them off the map. When the player touches the part, they'll get repelled, and I'll show you that. Wow, now my players get repelled. And also on that part, there's a section, there's a speed pad. Speed pad will add particles to the player when it's touched, increase the difficulty. Then check speed point 2 will make a sound. And now we go into the kill bricks. So if I touch this, I'll die. Now we go to the last part. It'll be a jump pad with a kill brick wall. If I touch the wall, I'll die. Jump pad will propel me forward. And this is a short, quick tutorial on how you can add different items to an Obby system to improve your Roblox game. So let's dive into the scripts and I'll show you guys how to set it up. Thanks for watching. Okay, now let's get into the workspace part of the tutorial where we're going to put all our parts for each Obby system. So first I got the base part for the part that goes up and down. As you can see right here, this is the part that goes up and down, having a folder named base folder. Part name is not important. Folder name is important. So then we go to checkpoints. So each checkpoint you want to start with 0 for your checkpoint where you want the players to spawn into. And accordingly, numerical order for the rest. 1, 2, 3. Then next we're going to go to the jump pad. Have how many jump pads you want in your folder. Just make sure you make the name match whatever you have in the script. Now I call mine jump pad. So I have more than one jump pad here. Now I'm going to go into the kill brick folder. Name it whatever you want, but just has to match in your script. I name my folder kill brick. Part names inside the folder is not important. As you can see, this one named base plate, but it still works. Each one I named trap, but you can name it whatever you want. Then we have the speed folder here for the speed part. And as you can see, I have one speed part, but I can have multiple and it'll still work. Also, we got for our spinning parts here. Each folder is named spinning folder. And then each part I named spinner, but you can name it whatever you want. It doesn't have to be named spinner. It still could have the name part if you wanted to. And now you want to go down to server storage. Add a particle medical. Make sure you name it speed particles or whatever you name it in your server script to reference the speed particles. So I named mine speed particles. And there's a module script as well called jump high. That's getting the jump time, jump direction, and the part when the player touches the part as well to increase the speed. Now let's dive into the scripts so we can see how the scripts make all the parts work. Let's go. All right, guys, we already went over the first script we're going to have. The first script we're going to put in the server storage. It's going to be a module script. That module script will be in the description, and here, short, brief review of it. Jump time, jump direction, getting the character, finding the first child, which is humanoid root part, vector force, and we're going to create the vector force with an instance. You don't have to manually add an attachment or vector force into the part. All right, you guys see that? Next, we're going to go to server script service, and we're going to add a code. You can put a folder in services service, or you can add your script directly. All these will be server scripts. This one's for your model part that moves up and down, left to right, front to back, however you want it to work. We just got to make sure you add this script into the system. We're using a tween service, run service, and we're referencing our folder right here, which is base folder. Make sure that name matches in the workspace. And we also, reason why we don't have to name each model or part, because it's just going to reference model and regular part name down here for the. We're going C frame. We're doing linear velocity, and we're doing a function for the run step. Connect delta time. All these will be in the description. Just a brief review, just for attention span. purposes, I just show the script. You guys, I'm pretty sure don't want to see me type it or don't in the video. So here's the full script. I typed it. Next, we're going to go to the checkpoint script. As you can see here, we're referencing the player service, my checkpoint folder, checkpoints, and we're going now into a table, 2 tables to trigger the player checkpoints when it's triggered. We got the sounds. When the player touches the checkpoint, there will be a sound played. You can change that right here to whatever sound you want. You can change the volume to whatever you want. Also added an extra tweak to it as well. You can go down here and you can change the brick color, and you can change the material when the player touches the checkpoint. And then it only will play the sound when the player touches checkpoint after 0. 0 is the spawn checkpoint. Scan, it'll be in the description. I just ask you guys, if you take the scripts or use them, just subscribe to the channel to help the channel grow. And remember, subscribing is free. So we got checkpoint script. We got the model script that moves the part. And now we're going to go to the jump pad script. We already had the jump pad script in server storage, the module script. So we have to reference that module script here in the server side, server script service. So here's the server storage. Jump high is the name of the script. Make sure you name it. The module script has to match here in the server script. Jump pad, we got to require it. And it's just a function when it's touched. It'll go through all the children in the folder, in the jump pad folder. That's a base part. And it'll make the script work. Short, simple script, it works. Here's the kill brick script. It's basically same thing. It's going to go through the trap folder in the workspace. It's going to have a function when touched. I know most people call it on touch, but to me, I just call it when it's touched. So that's why I name my function when touched. And then we go characters. It's going to hit the character when the character touches the part. That character humanoid health will be 0. You can change that to whatever you want. You want to use half health, make it 50. And it's going to also do another index of the parts in the trap folder. And it doesn't have to have a certain name. That's why it's part. And it's looking for a base part. And now we're going into the speed particle portion of the, we did the particle section. Now this is the speed part. When the player touches the speed particle part, they're going to get an increased speed to 100, speed time to 5. You can update these to whatever you want. These particles will emit from the speed particles in server storage. And if it's a humanoid, it'll increase the walk speed right here. Kind of constant connotation. I get them mixed up. But here's what it's going to reference right here. 100 right here, walk speed. And then task weight would be speed time, which would be 5. Then it's going to go back to default speed, which I have right now at 30. Once again, we're going to index the speed folder, get all the children, which is going to be a base part. That's why the name's not important. Now, that's your speed particle script. Now we're going down into a spinner, the part that makes it spin. And I added an instance right here. That way I added into the script the anchor, the color, and the material. You can change that to whatever you want. And we're referencing run service, player service, and the speed folder in the workspace. We're going down to body velocity. So when the player hits it, you can change that direction to whatever you want. You can change the vector to whatever you want. So when the player hits that part, it's going to basically propel them off the map. Debris, we're doing another heartbeat function right here. We're going to get all the children in that spin folder. And there's the speed, everything here. If you don't know how to script, just leave it as is. And that'll be another trolling part of the Obby that'll rage players, make players want to rage quit. Just a good quirk to add to an Obby system. I've never seen it done before. Maybe I'm wrong. That's all your scripts. It's all up there in the descriptions. So let's go in, let's check it out, see how it works one more time. So we got our moving pad, checkpoint system, sound made when hit. I touch this, I get repelled off the map. So I'm at the last checkpoint that I died at. And then once I make it through, I get speed particles. Next checkpoint, sound made. Speed's going back to 30. If I touch this kill brick, I die. And then it's set up to where you respawn on the last spawn location that you touched. And now I go to the jump pad. I hit the jump pad. Don't touch this part or it'll kill me. And then we'll go down and we're in the last part, last checkpoint. And you guys can add these to your Obby systems to make it more complete. All right, guys, thanks for watching my short tutorial on how to make an Obby system in Roblox. Hope you liked the video. Hope you used the scripts. If not, just send me a comment. See you on the next one. Have a good day.